Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Right, so this time around we're going to be looking at a full match in between HappyMcMuffins going up against TabascoSauce, or HQ Sean as more of you might end up knowing him. So this is going to be a full match. First, before anything else, obviously huge thank you to Evizone for making this tournament happen. But let's get to it. So this is round 4 match for people getting into quarterfinal. At the moment there are 16 people remaining in the tournament, and they are fighting for spots in final 8. So HappyMcMuffin up against TabascoSauce, or as I'm going to call him, HQ Sean, because that's kind of like more known, I suppose, at this point. You can see HappyMcMuffin's screen on the top left side, and you can see HQ Sean's screen on the bottom right side. So we're going to have this side-by-side comparison going through all of their match. They have done their draft. They're ready to place the first champions. And the first champion HQ Sean will have to deal with is going to be Nick Fury, and Happy will have to fight against Korg. Now, both of these gentlemen have very good counters, and Dr. Doom against Korg is fairly safe fight. Dr. Doom is actually one of kind of more safe, stable, and sturdy counters to Korg. He's obviously not the fastest. In the best case scenario, you typically do that Korg fights in about 60 seconds, something like that. And actually, I do not know too well how fast Hulkling is against Nick Fury. I don't think I have done this fight many times, at the very least, myself and Valgrons, or at the very least, I do not have a clear picture of how long it normally takes. I suspect that it probably is similar duration as well, and here both of them are kind of like within a shot of taking this match home. It kind of depends whose AI is being more cooperative, who makes less mistakes, obviously, and who just kind of has like this smoother fight here. So here, HQ Sean is doing one trick that I do like to note with Hulkling, and that is when you are like one pierce charge away from going unblockable, you can still throw your level 2 in opponent's block, because you gain charges during the level 2. And as soon as you go unblockable, you also gain that second Fury buff. So that's kind of like one of those things that a lot of people often don't know about Hulkling. Like, you can throw level 2 in opponent's block just before you go unblockable as well, and then you can go unblockable in the middle of the special attack, and you will still get the second Fury. And speaking of that, this was amazingly fast Nick Fury fight right here. 61 seconds, 95% health. That definitely should ensure him the win of the round 1, especially considering that this seems to be like obviously a rank 4 Korg, because HQ Sean does have like the second biggest account in the entire game, I think, which pretty much means that all but a couple champions there are rank 4s, which did extend this fight to needing 2 level 2s to finish it off after that special 3. And yes, HQ Sean takes round 1 of the first match, and now they need to go into the second match. Let's see who they will choose for defense. I like the habit that HappyMcMuffins is always trying to gauge whatever champions he has and open up those champion selectors from the results screen as early as possible, just to give him some extra time to think and check what placements can there be made. But unlucky for HappyMcMuffins, it doesn't seem that he has a great domino counter, and HQ Sean does have Massacre as a thing counter. So here I would say that in a definite advantage to HQ Sean to finish this fight, not only faster but with more health as well, because obviously that domino has to be high sig, it has to be high rank, and that Hulkling looks like an unduped rank 3, and he doesn't have any protections against crit failure. So unless HQ Sean makes some major mistakes in this fight, then this round, and with that the first match here, should go to HQ Sean. Because he definitely does have the matchup advantage here on round 2. So he does get his Bat Ignited, baits out that level 1 from Thing perfectly. Meanwhile, HappyMcMuffins is having to deal with that Disorient, is having to deal with that crit fail and dominoes evade. And we can immediately see that damage that he's taking. And there, by the looks of it, that first level 2 did trigger that protection. And always when you use Massacre against Thing, it's, in my opinion, I personally either stick to my level 1s, just have more controlled fight, or like to have the Disorient active when you do drop that level 2. But we'll see how it works here. So he's going to go for a level 2 in the block here, and it does not trigger protection, and it works out perfectly, and Massacre finishes thing in 56 seconds, 52.8 thousand points, and there is no way, unfortunately, Happy can beat that score, because not only his fight is taking longer, but also Domino obviously has inflicted plenty of crit fail damage. And even though on this node the Disorient kind of can help to mitigate some of that crit fail damage, it's just not enough. HQ Sean was faster and finished with more health, so the win goes to HQ Sean for their first match. Now they have finished drafts for match number 2, and let's see who gets the better of who this time around. It's going to be definitely interesting to see the follow-up to this, and both of them have seemingly very good drafts, to be honest. So seems that first opponent, first champion that Happy will have to defeat is going to be Galen. Galen can be a tricky champion to go up against if you cannot finish him quickly. If you have a counter that can nuke down Galen, then you're kind of safe, and he plays Nick Fury. So against Nick Fury, HQ Sean chooses Sunspot, again one of the fastest Nick Fury counters, but Galen is gonna get Archangeled, and there's just no way around it. So here, again, if I do have to put in my prediction who has the best matchup, it has to be Archangel, because Archangel is as fast as anything else is, and Archangel has to deal with one bar of power, one health bar on Galen, and Sunspot has to deal with 2. Even if Sunspot can outpace again Archangel in HP per HP damage per second type of deal, you still need to take in consideration the fact that Nick Fury basically has 2 health bars and Galen just has the 1. So here I think, bar something horrible happening in Happy's fight, he should be favorite to win this one. Here we can see that Galen is definitely melting here at this point as well. Has 4 neuros, poison, 2 bleeds, and 40 seconds in the fight, or less than 40 seconds in the fight, the Galen's basically dead, whilst Nick Fury has his first life metal decoy destroyed, but still alive and kicking, and here he goes for a level 2, so Sunspot takes some damage as well. So Happy wins on a HP battle here too, and obviously now he goes in to finish it. It's just not quite fast enough. It's still under a minute Nick Fury takedown, and that's amazing time, but Happy did his fight in 38 seconds, so still 20-second difference, also the health bar difference. So here quite confidently we can see that Happy takes the round 1, and now they will have to set up their defenses for round 2. So let's see who HQ Sean will have to fight. Happy places on defense his Mephisto. Definitely, again, can be a very frustrating champion to go up against. And HQ Sean places his Hulkling. And Hulkling, again, is notorious for being good offensive and defensive champion. And so Happy is going to use his Sunspot against Hulkling, and HQ Sean is going to use Ghost against Mephisto. Now, both of those are doable matchups. Both of those are matchups which I have done myself. And it's, again, quite hard to predict who has the advantage here. I think quite a lot depends on the RNG of the Mephisto's Incinerates, which can either, you know, slow down the fight quite drastically, or if you get lucky, ooh, no, there is a parry. There is a parry early, which costs some health for Ghost, so that's not the greatest start. And unfortunately, here we can see that there is a mistake on Happy's screen as well, where he ends up eating that level 1 because of Hulkling going unstoppable. So both of them did not have the perfect starts that either one of them would have wanted here. But Hechishan drops his first level 2, and the Mephisto is still at 62% health, so he's kind of looking fairly stable in there. And the fact that Ghost hasn't absolutely run away with this fight initially kind of leads me to believe that potentially Sunspot can catch up and take this fight, because obviously the nature of how you use Sunspot is you build up to your level 2 and then you finish with a big level 2 nuke, and that's exactly what happens here. We can see that Sunspot finishes this fight in 55 seconds with 78% health. Ghost has less than that, and Ghost takes slightly longer, 61. So this was a close one, just as I anticipated. But Happy gets this match. So the score is 1-1. So this is the final deciding match on whether HappyMcMuffins or TabascoSauce gets in the top 8 of MCOC Open Tournament. The first one that we have ever hosted. Hopefully, definitely not the last one. And I absolutely do want to grow this tournament and make it bigger. This time around, we had 128 players at the starting line. Next time around, hopefully we can get 256 or 500. That would be amazing, and just continuously keep growing this thing for more and more people to take part and enjoy and win some amazing prizes. So definitely subscribe to the channel, keep your eyes peeled to the upcoming announcements, because there will be some. And let's see, so we have Domino going up against Nick Fury, HappyMcMuffins fight, and HQ Sean Archangel against Dr. Doom. Here I would definitely have to favor Archangel against Dr. Doom. Domino can do Nick Fury extremely fast if you get lucky, or Domino can take a very long time, but Archangel can and does and will do Doom fast. Always does, always will, unless you mess up. So I do think that here I do definitely favor Archangel against Dr. Doom, unless there is some big error being made, but that is absolutely not what we expect from either one of these players. And yeah, obviously Archangel will take some block damage. There's just no real escaping it. But here as well, since he managed to bait out that level 1 from Dr. Doom without triggering Aura, he definitely has everything going for him. And now he can kind of do the final push here. You can see that Domino is doing damage. There is a critical bleed, which is nice, but it's just not going to be fast enough. We can see that Doom is dead, whilst Nick Fury is just getting his initial life model decoy destroyed. 44 seconds, like, I don't think I have seen faster Domino versus Nick Fury fight than 44 seconds. So yeah, as I suspected, Archangel finishes the job here significantly quicker. It's a good level 2 again from Domino. We can't say that Happy is getting unlucky. He did get double crit bleeds, and those crit bleeds are putting in damage. And here he, is going for pretty much perfect finish as well, but it's just not quite fast enough. Unfortunately, there was no bleed at the end, so he did have to get another clap. But yeah, it's hard to beat Archangel on speed, especially when you're going up against Nick Fury, where you have like extra health to deal with. And now HappyMcMuffins is going to have to deal with Dr. Doom, and HQ Sean will... This is going to be quite interesting as well. Who will HQ Sean fight? So so they reverse it. So we have Dr. Doom against Nick Fury, and Nick Fury. Okay. That is fun. Let's see how they play this out. And HQ Sean's going with Omega Red. That's quite an interesting one. And Happy has to pick his attacker here against Dr. Doom. And he's going to go Hercules, because I suspect he wants to save his Archangel as an answer for Rintra. I don't know why. Why do you go Hercules here, though? We actually can rewind here a bit. So he had Kingpin, Hercules, Archangel, and Black Cat. He would either have to take on Hercules, yeah, I'm just not sure. I'm really kind of puzzled by this one. I would leave, if anything. Yeah. Well, let's take a look what happens here. Let's take a look of how this goes. I think out of all the champions in between Black Cat, well, Black Cat as well, but in between Archangel and Kingpin, well, nonetheless, here we are. And obviously Omega Red, again, is a champion that not too many people, unfortunately, are able to rank up and SIG 200 and run in Battlegrounds. Actually, Omega Red is also one of the more banned champions quite frequently. I personally always pretty much ban Omega Red, because a good Omega Red player is very, very dangerous, because Omega Red has many great matchups. And here we can see pretty much exactly why. Even without Liquid Courage Double Edge, within first 40 seconds, you can see Nick Fury is just getting melted. First life of Nick Fury down in first 40 seconds. Takes a combo on the block. That was a very good Nick Fury fight though. That was very good fight there. Oof. I kind of missed it. I was a bit mesmerized with that Omega Red gameplay, but hey, Herc did the job. Fair enough. Interesting. Fair enough. That's why you live and learn. I definitely wouldn't have tried to do that fight with Herc there, but alright. So he places Black Cat on defense and has to defeat Nimrod. Again, wouldn't it out? Oh. And Black Cat has defend like. Yeah. So Happy has to defeat Nimrod. And that's an unawakened Black Cat. And the thing, awakened Black Cat can be kind of dangerous on defense, because obviously when you intercept Black Cat, she has a chance to evade, and with Hercules, you'd likely want to intercept. But unawakened Black Cat on defense shouldn't pose much of a threat for pretty much anyone. And Nimrod is quite good to be, you know, relatively stallish. I'm not saying Nimrod is a great defender or that Kingpin isn't a great option for Nimrod, but it's just not as fast a fight. However, here, HQ Sean does end up getting clipped by Black Cat. So he does lose some HP there. However, he finishes the fight fairly quickly, 44 seconds, even though he's only at 80% health. And here, interestingly enough, I think Happy can still have a chance if he finishes it right now. But unfortunately, I don't think it's just going to be fast enough. I do think at this point, even with the difference in health bars, which Kingpin's going to finish with 100%, it's just not going to be fast enough. Yes, exactly, 49 against 51k. Fight took 80 seconds, so again, well, there we go. We got Tabasco going up to 2. So these matches from this point forward as well in the tournament are best of 5. So the fight is still carrying on, and let's see where this is going to end. So we have the drafts done, and let's see who takes it home. Whether Happy makes a comeback and gets it to 2-2 for one final round, or can HQ Sean seal the deal here. So first fight is Super Skrull, which is quite interesting. Don't see too many Super Skrulls typically floating around battlegrounds, but hey, why not? If you have one ranked, you know, Super Skrull can be quite annoying to go up against. And then HQ Sean is going to have to take on Dr. Doom. He's going to do that with Ghost, and we have Archangel going up against Super Skrull. So that Super Skrull has no chance. At least he shouldn't have. Ghost can, however, obviously finish off Doom also quite quickly. And Ghost can have the benefit of converting the shock debuffs that Dr. Doom can place into additional Furies, which is one of the reasons why I personally do quite like waiting out level 1s with Ghost against Doom after I have thrown my first level 2, and then you can get the extra Furies. But still, I don't think that Ghost can outpace Archangel here, especially against perhaps Dr. Doom. And let's see how it goes. So Dr. Doom's going for his level 2, sweet, and we have a perfect Dr. Doom evade, as we would all expect here at this point. And health bars are actually going relatively similar. And let's see who finishes it faster. It is close, but here we can see that Archangel will take this one because he finished it in 42 seconds, not even with the best RNG, but Ghost took 48 seconds, so 6 seconds longer, but still, that difference is big, well, more than enough to decide the round 1 Okay, so in this match we have 1-0 for Happy, and he's placing Thing. Looking at HQ Sean's counters against the Thing, probably their Scorpion is the best option, and HappyMcMuffins is going to have to go up against Ebony Maw. He picks I-Bomb for that, and then we have Hulkling. I'll be honest, I don't think I can see this fight going too well, but maybe I'm gonna get Total S, and I can definitely see I-Bomb nuking Ebony Maw, because Ebony Maw does not have the biggest health pool. Even as a rank 4, we can see they basically have the same health pool thing, which I assume is rank 3 compared to rank 4 Ebony Maw. So there Happy does get that initial parry and knockdown to pause that timer that Ebony Maw has going on. And he just needs to basically go to his level 2, take those level 2s on the block with his improved physical resistance, ideally without triggering MD. And let's see how Hulkling does here, because I think as soon as those extra Furies would appear, then the protection comes on the table and you do kind of halt that fight. That's given also that you are going up against Thing, which can, you know, slow down the fight quite drastically, with you having to bait out special attacks at very precise times and needing to be very careful as and when and how you attack. And I think that is going to be quite evident here as well, where Immortal Abomination is pretty much done with the fight. And oh no, HappyMcMuffins pushes Ebony Maw at level 3 whilst Ebony Maw has 3% health, and he gets his Degens and he gets his Falter, and he finishes the fight off with 25%. He went from a full bar to 25%, and Hulkling is still chucking away at that fight, and I think that's a clear W there. Oh no, this is one of those extremely unfortunate turns of events, and now it's 1-1 in this deciding match. So if Happy wins this, then he's equaled the score. But if HQ Sean wins this, then he advances to the next round. So Happy is going to have to deal with I-Doom, and HQ Sean picks Archangel against Hercules. And now we have Null going up against I-Doom and Archangel going up against Hercules, and that last round pretty much oh my so obviously I do suspect that Archangel ought to be much faster than Null will be, unless there is some ungodly mistake with awful RNG or some ungodly mistake for HQ Sean. At the same time, let's see, HQ Sean goes for his level 1. He does manage to evade level he drops his level 1, manages to evade 2 level 1s from I-Doom, which is something I still have yet to learn. His corruption is active, but unfortunately he didn't get an opening straight away, so he does lose half of his corruption timer there. To that, he drops another level 1. The health bar of I-Doom is definitely being drained very quickly, but unfortunately Archangel already has finished the fight. 40 seconds with 97% health against 50 seconds with 99% health, and that's it. Man, this was a dramatic finish. That round 2, that level 3 from that Ebony Maw after a perfect fight. Oh, I feel so bad for Happy now, man. This should have, by all intents and purposes, went up to 5th match. But hey, things like that happens. That's why there's always everything to lose and everything to win in these things. And that's why these tournaments are interesting. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what kind of sudden turn of events are going to take place. And congratulations to HQ Sean for advancing as well. Amazingly played to both players, and most importantly, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys look forward to watching more of the Evizone MCOC Open tournament footage. See you soon, guys. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information